Nigeria's call obey. To see the Nigeria of our dreams emerge, there is an urgent need to return to the values that makes us a great nation. Drawing inspiration from the national anthem, this book titled Nigeria's Call Obey by Adeniyi Adekunle analyzes our anthem and enumerates the values contained in the anthem as values that make great. Our national anthem contains a common hope, a singular objective, and a compelling aspiration for our future. If we all individually and collectively respond to the message in the national anthem, we would have a very good chance at creating the new Nigeria we so desire.
Last time we were talking about the power of relationships, and we spoke about the creative power of relationships, how relationship can create and how relationship produces, how you need to manage the relationships in your life, and how the relationships have the power to change your life and change everything about you. Today, we want to go further in our discussions. And you see, everything, like I said last time, depends on relationships. Everything in your life is at the mercy of your relationships. Consider the fact that you could be a great leader, maybe the president of a country. But if your relational skills are terrible, they will call you a terrible president. If you have a spouse, you're in a marriage, and you have the money, you have the position, but your relational skills are bad, then your marriage will be bad. If you work in a team, let's say at home, in the office, or somewhere, in a football club or something, and your relational skills are bad, then your work, your job, your business will be bad. Everything you do in life is at the mercy of your relationships. How you handle the relationship, your skill in your relationships, everything in your life is at the mercy of relationships. Sometimes we think, oh, I can be a great leader, I can be a great husband, I can be a good wife, I can be a good teacher, I can be this, I can be that. But everything, because you see, we do all these things with people, we do all things with different things. If your relational skills are terrible, then everything is finished. You have no future. So how do we begin to work on these things? How do we begin to manage these things? How do we begin to work on our relationship so that the skill we have in developing relationship, our know-how in building good relationships, we can bring it into everything we have and make them work better. Like I said last week, God said it is not good for man to be alone, and you don't need anything for that. If God says it's not good, then it's not good. Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4 from verse 9, it says, two are better than one, for they have a better result from their labor. Two are better than one. That means if you're two people, two good people now, let me put that. Two good people have an advantage over one person. Now the question is this: how do you move your life where you can begin to connect yourself to relationship? In the Bible, the book of Matthew, chapter 4, from verse 1, talks about Jesus who was baptized in the Jordan, then he went to fast. Fasted 40 days, 40 nights. Then after the fasting, the Bible says he was tempted of the devil, and when he came down from the mountain, Jesus, the Son of God, Jesus, the one that was sinless, the first thing he began to do was he began to build relationships. He began to look for people, and he began to enter into people's world. He saw Peter and his brother, and he walked to them in their ships, and he said, "Follow me." He began to connect. He didn't wait for people to come to him. How many of us have learned how to connect with people? How many of us have learned how to take ourselves out of our comfort zone and begin to enter into different worlds and connect with people and pull relationships into our lives and connect with relationships? Now you can imagine, the sinless one, God himself, who came in the flesh, he went to fast. After fasting, you think that everything is okay. But even with the fast and the prayer, he knew that without connecting with relationships, his mission on earth will be gone. Whatever it is God has called you to do, whatever you are doing in life, understand that you need to consciously build relationships. John Maxwell, the leadership expert, said this. He said, we are living in the age he calls the age of association. He said, we've gone through the industrial age. He said, we've gone through the computer age. He said, but we are living in the most influential age of all times, and it's called the age of association. And he said, in the age of association, what we must do is that we must connect with influential people. We must connect with quality people. So the question is this: What are you doing to connect to these kinds of people in your life? How are you going out of your comfort zone, connecting people to make your life better? We'll talk more about that after this break.
Experience God's life, light, and love as you join our church family this Sunday at the Helpers House, venue Kwoti Event Center, 171 Bagada Owaron Shoki Expressway, beside EcoBank, opposite UBS, First Pedro Bus Stop, Bagada, Lagos. Time 9:30 a.m.
Welcome back. Let me read a quote from John Maxwell to you. He said, all of us have benefited from the industrial age, the technology age, and most recently, the age of information. Without question, we have entered into the most influential age, the age of association. Never before has it been more crucial to connect to or associate with people of influence. The biggest impact of your personal and professional life will be determined by who you associate with and who you connect with. He said, the biggest impact of your personal and professional life will be determined by who you associate with and who you connect with. It's a different age entirely. It's called the age of association. You can pray, you can fast, you can do whatever you want to do, but even Jesus chose to connect with people. John Maxwell can say this, believe me, and John Maxwell is one of the most respected leadership experts in the world. He said the greatest impact in your professional and your personal life will be determined by those you connect with. So the question is this: who are the people you are connecting with? How are you connecting with them? How are you entering into their world? How are you allowing them come into your world? Jesus literally went to the boat. He took the initiative and he said to Peter and John, come and follow me. After that, he went some miles again. He saw another man, James and his brother John. He called them again. He saw another man at his job, Matthew. He was a tax collector, like a custom officer. He called him. The question is this: how are you opening the doors for people to come into your life? A lot of us are praying, a lot of us are hoping. People write CVs, people write proposals, they do all sorts of things, and they are really expecting some major changes. And I'm not saying things can't change that way, but the question is this: how are you consciously opening the doors for people to come into your life? Let's look at God too. The Bible says when God created man in the garden, God himself took the initiative, come down from heaven in the cool of the day, walks into the garden and engages Adam and Eve and engages man. How are you engaging your environment? How are you engaging people? How are you engaging the different entities in the relationship around you? How alive are you to the things around you, the relationships around you, the groups around you? How are you working with them? I've learned in my life that there are so many things you are trying to do. There are so many things you are trying to work. You cannot live your life to accomplish everything God has put in your heart. You will have to do it through people. Jesus lived 33 and a half years. His impact is there till tomorrow. But everything he did, he handed over to people. Not perfect people, imperfect people. At some point in your life, you realize that you can't do it alone, you can't go it alone. But it starts from understanding that you need to connect with people. Now, when I was growing up, there was nothing like mobile phones. There was nothing like social media and all that. But today, it's everywhere. Everybody is on either Facebook or Twitter or some form of social media or the other. Why? It's called the age of information. How are you leveraging it? Leveraging information. It's called the age of association. How are you leveraging the power of association to move your life forward? How are you leveraging the power of association to change the state of your life? How are you leveraging the power of association to move your career forward? In the age of association, you cannot be using, say, oh, I know this, I know that, I know this. It's about sharing. It's about connection. Back in those days, you could have information, you could have things and say, oh, it's only to myself. But now, everybody is bringing everything out. That's what association is about. You have your strength, I have my strength, we bring everything together. Let's bring everything together. Let's be comfortable enough to enter into each other's world. Let's be comfortable enough to share with each other. Let's be comfortable enough to understand that you don't have it all, you will not have it all. There is something somebody has that you need. And how do I work with these people to take advantage of what they have? Understand that in the age of association, to be alone, not to learn how to share, is to be shooting yourself in the foot, is to be doing yourself a great disservice. But as you learn how to enter into different worlds, and as you learn how to let people to come into your worlds, you will see how your life professionally and personally will move forward. Thank you once again for tuning in today. We'll continue on our discussion, same time, same session. God bless you.